Yes. Good morning, champions. Hey, I'm still wearing my workout outfit. It's one of those Mondays. But guess what? It doesn't matter because do you know what RPM stands for? RPM. Yeah, maybe who does it stand for? Well, it's Tony Robbins' number one time management tool. And he believes it's the thing that he is giving to the world that will change, like the most valuable thing that he has given us in his entire time on earth. I have the booklet here. Um, Tony did, well, he wasn't present, but Tony did RPM this weekend. RPM, if you don't know, stands for Rapid Planning Method. And basically, it was a 2.5 day workshop for the lifestyle system that Tony has created. And because of that, because of I've been using his system for close to 3 years now. Um, I feel bonded to it. I feel like it is an amazing tool to have to change your life. And who doesn't want something that changes their life, right? So today we're going to talk about how we can lead not just the list, like the list of things we have to do, but lead your list. Okay, this is the list that you care about. This is the list of things like we all have our to-do lists. Yeah, they suck. But this is about the list of the things that matter in your life because if you do those things, you will live a different life. And all of us have those things that we put on our end of the year plans, our 90-day goal sheets, all of that stuff. And then later we look at them and we're like, dang it, I haven't met my goal yet. Why is that? Well, you're about to understand a little bit more about RPM. And I'm not saying you're going to get it on this first shot because not everybody does. I've been doing it for a while, like I said, and I still haven't perfected my use of it. But I know that continuing to use it is what will change me. Now, um, there's a book that we got, the workbook that we got. You'll notice it says the 6 stages of RPM implementation in your personal life. I'm going to be talking about this list all week because I made a commitment that I would do RPM for 7 days in a row. And that might seem like just a little drop in the bucket. And quite frankly, it is. But I'm going on a large trip. 2 weeks, I'll be in Thailand and Cambodia. Can't wait. But what's happening is when I'm in those locations, I will have the RPM already created for me. So I won't be necessarily checking the software that you can get if you want. I can be using the system and it'll already be something where I can be like, okay, what is my purpose for being in Thailand and Cambodia? Am I fulfilling what I wanted to do during those trips? And I can just quickly glance at the software and remind myself that laying on the beach is one of the best things you can do, or getting a massage, or eating the best Thai food examples ever. So it's going to be really a magical experience. We're preparing for time in Cambodia with the Maurici girls. And if you don't know about the Maurici Foundation, they are responsible for saving hundreds, thousands of girls from sex trafficking all over the globe. And there is a gentleman named Om who is responsible for this amazing system that he's put together that is helping these girls. And my heart is so attuned to their mission. When we were at Business Mastery in 2024, the Maurici Foundation was the organization that we gave donations to. It was such a beautiful experience. And we get to go meet those girls, spend time talking to their organization and how we can help more from our place in the United States. So pretty excited about that. So that is definitely on my RPM planner of amazing things that are happening. Because as women, we do amazing things, right? If you're in this community, this is the Empowering Champions community. And I truly believe that each and every woman has a big desire in their heart, a big need to fill. And what we want to do in this community is build each other up, help each other see greatness, the greatness that's all around us, but also our own greatness and the greatness of the people right in front of us. And that may be your family members, it may be um, the people that you meet at the grocery store, and you make their day by noticing something about them, by smiling, by interacting with them. Um, I'm just having this beautiful experience in my life right now where I'm getting really in touch with what matters to me on a level I haven't done before. Now, it could be that I've been in the Tony community for over 5 years now, and I'm feeling the effects of what it's like to live in Tony land, if you will. Obviously, just coming out of an event, I'm in a high energy state, but I wanted to share RPM specifically because it has made a difference in my life. And I have interviewed a lot of the people that have been in the Platt community for multiple years, and I've asked them what's the number one thing that they have gotten or that has worked best for them in time in this environment, and they have said RPM. So I know that it matters that you use this system. So um, let's talk about RPM today, and then know that I've got some stuff coming out all week because of my 7 day um, challenge that I'm doing. It'll be in my um, in my personal area. So if you want access to it, what you need to do is put RPM in the comments. In fact, if you're here right now, put live. Yeah, I was going to say put alive. Yes, I know you're live if you're putting something in. Although in the age of AI, maybe we have to start saying that. If you're not a robot, go ahead and put live into the comments. And if you're watching it later on the replay, you can put hashtag replay. And if you're a bot watching this, put a good comment in there that's going to bring me some engagement and people watching, would you? Um, all right. Who doesn't love good AI, right? So, what we are going to do today is talk about four things. And the first thing with the rapid planning method is what RPM stands for. And it's not a to-do list that will get you the results that you're looking for. In fact, RPM is also known as Results Purpose Massive Action Plan. That's what the M is. So um, results are outcomes. And what Tony teaches is the outcome of what we want is way more important than the items we put on the list. Okay. So, how can I explain this in a good way? I, what instantly came to mind, I didn't have this prepared, but what came to mind was outcome. This is the center item, the bullseye, that if you hit that, you're done. So the outcome might be feed my family dinner. Okay. That's very targeted, very direct. One of the steps of RPM is you decide why it's important. Well, it's important because we love our family members, right? We're here to care and protect them, take care of them. So, of course, we want to give them what life has to offer, the best of what life has to offer, let's say. So that would be the purpose for why we're trying to feed our family. Maybe they're hungry. Maybe they haven't had a good meal. Like if it's a kid that's just come home and he's been living in an apartment or in college, we could give them a special meal, right? Um, there's reasons why. There's that connection. Like my family, we spent a lot of time going out to eat together. Those were special moments. We kind of locked into great times together in restaurants, right? There was no draw on mom. Mom didn't have anything that she needed to do. I could just sit and focus and talk to them. So there's lots of reasons why feeding my family is important. But then off to the side, the left-hand side of my list, and you can make a RPM on an index card, a piece of paper, anything. Tony says it's best for our brain if we have the why on the right-hand side. And on the left-hand side, we list out all of the ways that we could meet the outcome. Okay. Now, the outcome might be I could order pizza. I could make a home cooked meal. I could take everybody out to dinner. I could um, ask the kids to bring something over of their own. I could not feed them. We could have chips for dinner. My kids will know what that means. So there's options. Now, any of them will meet the outcome of feeding my family. except maybe the chips. But the point of it is you don't have to do everything on the list, but you can do the things that will get you the results you're looking for. And so one of the things we want to think about when we're using this, the very first item on this stages of the RPM in implementation is you're consistently using RPM as a system of thinking. So you always want to be thinking about the RPM, about the results, about the outcome that you're trying to achieve. And what we want to remember is that because it's outcome focused, it's not a to-do list. It's not a checklist of things that you have to do because no one loves their to-do list. No one looks at it and goes, "Oh my gosh, this is so amazing." No, they're tasks. It's like your family telling you that you have to do chores, right? You don't have that lovey-dovey feeling about it. But an RPM plan that is based on what you want in life, that's meaningful, that's going to have impact, that's going to change your life literally, yeah, there's identity to that. There's a pull towards it that you want to go that way. So we want to have something that isn't just a checking off, it's a meaningful completion of what matters. And that's why the second thing is results. Results are great and they're so much better than tasks because we all know that we get stuff done without doing everything on our list. The day ends, no doubt, but it's how you feel about the results you attain, not, I mean, how many times have you heard someone say, "I've crossed a lot of items off my list today, but they don't look like they're satisfied." But if you know that you meant to spend time with your husband or you created a page on a website, that's an outcome. And even if it took you 20 minutes, it didn't have to take you 9 hours to do. You're able to cross that off as a result that you accomplished, not a task that you felt like you had to do. Okay. A lot of procrastination is built around tasks because it's a should versus a I really want this. And when we're looking at results, that's more of a draw to I want to do it my way. So the other thing is purpose. When we identify that right-hand column of the things that why we're wanting to do something, it changes the energy. That's kind of what I'm talking about here. And I see Sharon's watching. Oh, good job, Sharon. I haven't seen you for a while. I can't see my comments, so my VA puts them in for me. Um, wow, wow. Sharon says she's going to Thailand or Bali somewhere soon. That's so amazing. Yes, that's one of the reasons we're going. We're going to do the Maurici stuff. Oh, that's wonderful. Um, Yes. So Sharon, we are aligned, no doubt about it. Perfect timing. Yes, I'm so glad you came. And ironically, guess what my fourth point is? Aligned action. So that's what's beautiful about RPM is you set these goals for yourself, what it is you want to achieve, and you align with them and you align with them through something that Tony calls categories. Now we all have familiarity with like I have my 7 F's in the ULA coaching that I do. Tony has the wheel of life. We all have like this thing that says, we have finance and family and faith and friends and fun and fitness. We have these categories in our life. But what Tony does is he takes it to another level and he has you look at each category and determine why is that important to you. So like health is not just health, right? When you put that it's important for you to stay healthy for your family so that you can give more to them, so you can give more to the world, so that you have time to complete all of your dreams and hopes and plans for the future, um, then health becomes something more than just, I got to go do some push-ups and sit-ups. It's, I am taking care of my body so that I can be present. My big thing is I want to live to 120, which Tony says is feasible soon. And I don't want to be 120 in a nursing home. I want to be 120 in mobile and interacting with my grandkids and my kids at ages where they want my interaction, right? Like we all know that there's a certain stage where they're kind of standoffish and living it on their own. But then there's that stage where we go back to like, oh my gosh, I want to be with my family. I want to learn from them and see the amazingness that was their life. And so I get to participate in that if I keep my category of health strong and vibrant and healthy so that I can give to the world in a way that just checking off, I got my workout done, won't do for me. So we want to be aligned with the actions that we're taking. Now, this is just a summary of RPM. I actually have a vlog that I started back in the day. Um, Nicole, if you're watching, if you would put the link in, I'm pretty sure it's masterclass.coachtina.live/RPM planner. And there's a number after that. So you might want to pull that up and put it in the chat when we can. Um, I'm going to be restarting that. I did it for a while as a playlist on YouTube. Some of it is related to the software, and some of it's just using the tool in your life because you don't have to have the software to make it work, but you have to understand how to set up your RPM so that you can live this life where you're on target and on focus for the things that matter to you. And of course, I'm always here to help. So I'll get you the link, even if it's not right away, to the software. I mean, the link where I have my pages where I'm talking about RPM, and you'll get much more deeper look there. And then I'll insert some stuff about the 7 days that I'm doing using the RPM every day. And I'll do it in such a way that even if you have no background in RPM, you'll start to understand why it's important to put this into your life. And next week on Monday, we'll also be talking about it. So put your questions in the community if there's something about RPM that you're like, I just don't understand. What do I do here? How do I switch the way that I think into a way that will get me the things that I've always wanted? Because that's the number one thing I hear from people is that we have plans in our heart and in our head, but we're not doing anything to get the actions out into the world. And I know that needs to stop. So I want to let you know I love you. You matter. You make a difference in this world by being just who you are. So get your greatness, stick it out there into the world, and let everybody know who you are. Take care.